You always ask about battery life. You always ask how long the battery is going to last. Fair question. But it does not really tell you what you can do with your DPV. How far can you go? How many stops and goes can you perform on one battery charge? So all those things contribute to something which is called efficiency. And today I'll be talking about how this efficiency behaves for an average DPV and how you, with your driving skills, can influence this efficiency. How to drive your DPV to be the most efficient. Happy Monday, Amphinouts and DPV enthusiasts. I am Marek with Amphi Americas. Today's Whiteboard Monday is about efficiency, which means how efficient our underwater diver propulsion vehicle is and how can we drive it to make it more efficient. What I mean by efficiency, we spoke last time about thrust versus drag, and this contributes to the overall efficiency. But also we have to remember that this device, the actual propeller and motor and battery, it has its own efficiency, its own workings inside, which make it efficient under certain conditions and very inefficient under other conditions. So let's take a look. So I grabbed one of our power packs, and basically it's the same structure for any diver propulsion vehicle. So what we have here is we have a propeller. Here you see a propeller. This is the part which actually converts the mechanical energy of the motor into the mechanical energy of water. And we have a motor, of course, an electrical motor in most cases. And this motor is mounted, in this case, actually here. So it's a wet motor construction. And we have a battery and electronics which delivers energy to the motor and then to the propeller. So the whole thing is a chain of events, if you wish. So you have a battery which produces certain electrical energy, and this energy is delivered to the motor, and then motor delivers it to the propeller. And propeller converts it into the mechanical energy of the water jet. Now, every single step has its own efficiency, and I'll be talking about the relationships and the best conditions to drive this unit in order to achieve the highest efficiency possible. So let's see how the theory looks like for our DPV. So here is a typical DPV. Propeller, motor, and battery inside. And here, the top row on the whiteboard, you have exactly this situation. We have a propeller here, motor, and battery inside, which delivers electrical energy to the system. So let's consider what's going on with energy inside this DPV. So obviously batteries deliver electrical energy to our motor here. Then motor delivers a mechanical energy to our propeller, and then propeller delivers a mechanical energy to the water. Now, what is efficiency? Well, it's a simple ratio. It's the power out over power in. So let's say I can deliver a lot of power in but get a very little power out here. So power in would be this, power out would be this, and then my efficiency will be very low, obviously. If my power out is close to my power in, then the efficiency is 1, close to 100%, or sometimes people say 1. A unity. Okay, so within this structure we have two major components of the overall efficiency. The first one is the efficiency of the motor. So those are usually brushless motors, and they have certain preferences. I'll talk about them later. And then we have a propeller, which also prefers certain conditions in order of efficiency. So it has higher efficiency for certain velocities, certain RPMs, and it changes when you change those factors. Okay? So remember, the overall efficiency of this system will be the efficiency of the motor times efficiency of the propeller. So it's eta m times eta p. Let's take a look how those etas behave under different conditions. So let's take a look at this graph first. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll walk you through it. So you see then that on the x-axis you have so-called J. It's an advancement factor, which is a velocity of the swimmer divided by RPMs, how fast our propeller turns, times the diameter of the propeller. And here's the efficiency. Yeah? So you see that the propeller prefers to be somewhere here. It's usually designed in such a way that it has its highest RPMs and it has highest. It's designed for the highest velocity of the swimmer. So for those conditions, for a certain J, we have the highest efficiency, and that would be between 60 to 80% for our propellers. There are propellers which are more efficient and less efficient, but in general terms we can agree that it will be the ballpark. Okay, so one more time, J, advancement factor, this is velocity of the swimmer divided by N, which is our RPMs, times D, which is the diameter of the swimmer. So let's discuss this behavior here. What happens if we have a very low velocity Vs here? So this is very close to zero, and we apply high RPMs to speed up the swimmer. So this will drop this J even further and closer to zero, right? So in this region, yeah, for low Vs and high RPMs, we have very low efficiency. So this eta p drops dramatically almost to zero. Yeah? It would be a little bit better, it would be quite good, to be honest with you, if for low velocities we can also have very low RPMs. So we slowly speed up and go faster. So we gradually add RPMs and go faster. Then yes, then this ratio can be quite big even if your Vs is low. So one would say, yeah, we should, with low velocities of the swimmer, we should have low RPMs and gradually increase them as the Vs goes up. That would be a fantastic idea if we had a perfect engine. But our motor is not perfect. Our motor, so let's talk about this graph here. So our motor has certain preferences too, right? So eta for the motor behaves in this fashion. What it means is that for low RPMs, the efficiency of eta is very bad. And this is true for any electrical motor. For electric bikes, for Tesla cars, for anything. If you go with low RPMs, the efficiency drops. So you burn a lot of juice from your battery and you get almost nothing out of it. So you would like to be at high efficiency here, which means high RPMs. So the motor always prefers RPMs. And again, we're talking only about efficiency in this time, not torque, not anything else. So we cannot really use this nice idea here without any penalty. If we gradually increase our RPMs, we will be in this region, right? We will move slowly on this slope where the efficiency of the motor is low. So it's a trap. So let's consider 4 different cases. And it will be 2 cases for swimmer's velocity, high swimmer velocity, low swimmer velocity, and 2 cases for RPMs, high RPMs and low RPMs. Let's start with this case. So low RPMs and VS low. So for low RPMs, this is low, so the J goes up. Yeah. So we may, under certain circumstances, get a good efficiency for the propeller, but because we have low RPMs, we pay this penalty here. We will have low efficiency for the motor. Okay, let's go to the case where we have low RPMs and VS is high. Okay, so low RPMs, so this makes J go up. High VS, this goes up. And in this case, the motor velocity will be low again, right? Because we have low RPMs. But the propeller velocity, if we go to this side, may be also low, yeah? Because remember that this is usually designed for this particular point. So if you increase your velocity, swimmer's velocity, but you keep your RPMs low, you may go to the other side, yeah, this side. It's basically you braking with your propeller. Let's talk about this side. So the swimmer's velocity is low, but the RPMs are high. In this case, our efficiency for the motor goes up because we have high RPMs. Very good here. But the VS is low, so it lowers our J, and of course the RPMs are high, so it lowers our J even more. So we move on this graph to this side, yeah? So we pay, again, horrible penalty here. What if we have high swimmer's velocity and high RPMs? Perfect. That's our sweet spot. We have high motor efficiency and high propeller efficiency. We are in this zone for the propeller, and we are in this zone for the motor. Okay, so what does it mean for us? What should we do as swimmers? So what all those things mean for us underwater swimmers? How should we use our DPVs in order to get the most out of our juices we have in our battery charge? So the question, so we know that you have to go fast with possibly the highest RPMs possible. If you decrease your RPMs, you're losing efficiency on your motor. If you decrease your velocity, swimmer's velocity, your propeller becomes to be less efficient. But it's difficult to achieve those 2 things just using the propeller. Actually, it's impossible. You have to use something which other underwater vehicles don't have, namely your fins. So if you want to be very efficient, you should do one of 2 things. First of those things is just keep going. Go with your close to maximum speed and with close to maximum RPMs, because this is the highest point for your propeller and for your motor. When you stop though, when your work requires a lot of stops and goes, then you have to remember that increasing your RPMs slowly puts your engine in a slightly disadvantageous position. So the best course of action would be to use your fins to go to a certain speed and then turn on your engine and go with the highest possible RPMs and highest V as achievable. So my advice is try to go with a constant speed as close to your maximum speed as possible, or if you have to stop and go, try to use your fins to speed up and then turn on your propeller. With the Amphi system, it's not an issue at all. You can you don't have to remember about it because our system is automatically turned on by the fin. So you have to kick with your fin, and it will turn on your propeller when you're already moving. So this adds to Amphi's efficiency, overall efficiency, and this stems from this particular issue. So thank you very much. If you like this video, please visit our Facebook, subscribe, and let's see each other next Monday. Thank you very much. Bye.